Hello, and welcome back to the second week of my effective listening mini workshop. Last week, I asked you to consider the people around you and identify the ones that are good listeners. How did you do? Many people struggle with this activity, and it's not surprising. When was the last time that you felt that somebody took the effort to really listen to what you were saying? And the follow-up question was, what characteristics do good listeners tend to have in common? And such answers are caring, warm, attentive, curious, patient. Words used to describe good listeners are almost universally positive. I mean, let's face it, being a good listener rocks. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's face it, being a good listener rocks. Much better. So given that being a good listener is held in such universal high esteem, what is it that stops most people from being a good listener? Many answers tend to be things like external distractions, mobile phones, computer screens, etc. Or internal distractions, the worries that the listener has, or important problems that they can't take their mind off. And then you have things like lack of time, lack of motivation, lack of interest, lack of energy, or even a dislike of the subject of the conversation, or even a dislike of the speaker themselves. But most of these can be summarized into just 3 reasons from the point of view of the listener. I'm not interested, you're not my priority, and my opinion is better than yours. And if you like, you can summarize this summary into just one 3-letter word. Ego. The main thing that stops us from being a better listener is allowing our ego to get in the way. The truth is, we all know how to be really good listeners. Imagine that you meet an old pirate with just 5 minutes of life left to tell you where his hidden, buried treasure is. I promise you, your listening skills will become excellent without any training at all. So the first key step towards becoming a better listener is not about maintaining eye contact or smiling or nodding your head like some sort of maniac. The first key step is learning how to get your ego out of the way. So your week 2 challenge is this. Once a day, put your ego away. Try to have at least one conversation a day where you don't refer to yourself, your opinions, or your values. Don't try to be witty. Don't try to be clever. Don't even try to be right. Just listen with the intent of making the other person feel felt, making the other person feel understood. Just as if finding that buried treasure depended on it. Of course, it's easier said than done. Does it take more time? Absolutely. Does it take more effort? Absolutely. But is it worth it? Well, I'll let you decide for yourself the answer to that question, as over the next 7 days, you take the next selfless steps towards becoming a more effective listener. I wish you all the best. Look forward to seeing you next week.